everyone, my name is Ellen and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Dynamite by BTS on the guitar. So stay tuned if this is something you want to learn. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, that way you never miss out on another new tutorial. And also follow me on Instagram for your chance to win a free lesson with me. King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Alright, so this song is going to be geared a little bit more towards the beginner/intermediate level just because of the number of bar chords in it, but let's go ahead and go over the basics. If you want to play it in the same key as the original, go ahead and have your guitar in standard tuning and put your capo on the 2nd fret. If you don't have a capo, it's okay, you can play through this tutorial without one. It'll just be a whole step lower than the original song. On top of that, we've got 8 chords, and like I said, 4 of them are bar chords, so it is a little bit more bar chord heavy. If bar chords are something that you're struggling with, then make sure to check out my TMT on how to get better at practicing those. But besides the chords, we also have 2 strumming patterns to learn, and that can apply for the whole song. So let's go ahead and jump into an overview of what I'll be showing you in this tutorial. Bring a friend, join the crowd, whoever wanna come along. Alright, so like I said, we have 8 chords to play through this song. Those are B minor, E minor, A7, D, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, B, and E. Remember the B minor, the C sharp minor, the F sharp minor, and the B chords, those are all bar chords. So again, if that's something you're struggling with, make sure to check out my TMT on how to play those and practice tips and things like that. But yeah, so if you are already familiar with all of those chords, then that's perfect and we can move on. However, if you do want a little bit of a refresher, want me to go over those chords with you, make sure to skip to this time here where I will break down the chords and show you guys how to play those. And then after that, we're gonna jump into the strumming patterns. So for this song, I've broken it up into 2 different strumming patterns. The first one is just going to be a simple down strum on the beat for every chord change. This is usually what I advise beginners to do just because it helps you get used to the song, but I do actually use it in my cover as well. So if you do want to go ahead and go through an example of how you would use the strumming pattern in the song, then make sure to skip to this time here where I will go through an example of this practice pattern with you. However, if you feel like you don't need to do that, that's totally fine. We can move on to strumming pattern 2. Alright, so the second pattern I have to show you guys is going to be the one that I use for the majority of the song. As you can see, it's down, up, up, down, up, up, down, down, up, and it's going to sound a little something like this. Now there are different ways that you can break up this pattern to play it and use it through the whole song, but make it sound a little bit different. So if you want me to break that up for you and let you know how I would suggest using it within the song with palm mutes and where to switch chords and things like that, go ahead and skip to this time here where I will break that down for you in a little bit more detail. However, if you feel like you already got the rhythm and everything just by watching this overview, you can always skip over here to the playthrough at the end, and that's where I will have all the chords and lyrics and everything you need to know on screen in front of you so we can play through the song together. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the more in-depth part of this tutorial, and we'll start with the chords. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at these chords. Like I said, there are 8 of them and 4 of them are bar chords, but let's go ahead and just jump into it. Our first chord is going to be our B minor chord, which is one of our first bar chords, and it's going to look like this and sound like this. Next we have our E minor chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. After that we have our A7 chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. Next we have D, which looks like this and sounds like this. Then we get into the key change of this song and we see all our other bar chords. So our next one is going to be our C sharp minor chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. After that we have our F sharp minor chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. After that, we've got our B chord, which is another one of our bar chords, and that looks like this and sounds like this. And then the last chord in the song is our E chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. And those are the 8 chords you need to know how to play the song. Alright, so once you have all 8 of those chords memorized, make sure you take the time to practice transitioning between them, because this song does move really quickly, so it's really important that you be able to transition relatively quickly. If that's something you're struggling with, I do have another TMT here about how to transition between chords faster, so make sure to check that out if that's something you're struggling with. But once you have those chords down, let's go ahead and move on to these strumming patterns that you can use with this song. Oh, nice tea and a game of ping pong. This is getting heavy. Can you hear the bass boom? I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey. Yeah, this beat you change like money. Disco overload, I'm in. Alright, so the first strumming pattern I have to show you is just a simple down strum on the beat for every chord change. This is really going to help if you're a beginner and maybe you're not used to the song, or you're not used to playing guitar and singing at the same time. This is going to be a really great way to kind of get used to that and slowly ease into playing guitar and singing at the same time. So basically what I want you to do is we're just going to go through the song and strum each chord down once on the beat and kind of just practice singing and know where those chord transitions are going to be and things like that. So let me go ahead and go through an example of how you would use this in the song, and we'll start with our B minor chord on. That's the first chord in the song, and we're just going to strum it down once. Then our next chord's E minor, strum down once, A7, and then D. Alright, and you just want to take that through the whole song and just kind of practice singing it so that you know where those chord transitions are going to take place. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire and set the night alight. Alright, super simple. It's just something that, you know, a lot of people, I feel like, skip over this part, but if you are new to guitar, this is something that can really be helpful with learning to sing and play at the same time. So the place that I actually do use this strumming pattern is going to be the intro of the song as well as one of the choruses. But again, if you want to play it the way I am, I will have all of that listed at the end of the video. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our second strumming pattern that you can use. So our second strumming pattern is a little bit longer. It's down, up, up, down, up, up, down, down, up. And there's a lot of different things that we can do with this strumming pattern throughout the song to make it sound a little bit different. But let's go ahead and first just go through the motions of it, okay? So let's put our B minor chord on, since that's the first chord in the song, and we'll just go through the motions. We've got down, up, circle, up, down, up, circle, up, down, circle, down, up. So in case you're new to any of my videos, when I say circle, I just mean you want to circle your hand around. A lot of beginners are not used to doing down followed by down or up followed by up strums, and they just want to strum up and down. So this is just very intuitive for most people, but I thought I would go ahead and mention it there if you're new. Whenever you have a down followed by a down, you want to kind of circle your hand around. Same thing with an up followed by an up. Alright, so super simple. And let's go ahead and go through that pattern, but put it in rhythm. So let me play it for you first. We've got down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. Alright, so go ahead and put your B minor chord on and try that with me in rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Alright, awesome. So once you have that rhythm down, let's go ahead and put in some of those chord progressions. So let me put that on screen so you guys can see the chord progressions. And what we're going to do is play through this entire pattern one time through for each of these chord progressions, okay? So starting with our B minor chord on, we've got down, up, down, 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 up. Then we've got E minor, down, up, down, 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 up. Then A7, down, up, down, 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 up. Followed it with a D, down, up, down, 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 up. Alright, so we are going really slow compared to the actual song, so we are going to speed this up in a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and show you a few things with this strumming pattern first. So when you play through this entire pattern through one time for each chord, that's going to apply mostly to the verses, because you'll see that they hold out each of these chords a little bit longer for the verses, whereas in the chorus it goes a lot faster. So let me just kind of explain what I mean by that. So with our verses on, we're going to go through this entire pattern through one time for each chord. So with our B minor chord on, we've got down, up, down, up, down, down, up, E minor, A7, D. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top and run. Ding dong, call me on the phone, iced tea and a game of ping pong. Alright, so like I said, when we play through this entire pattern all the way through one time for each chord, again, that's only going to apply for the verses. For the choruses, it's going to move a lot faster. So what I want to do here is show you where you can break this pattern up in half to kind of switch between chords in the middle of the pattern. So I'm going to put a line right in the middle of this pattern, and where that line is where we're going to change chords in the chorus. So remember, it's going to be the exact same chord, so we're still going from B minor to E minor to A7 to D, but now we're going to do that halfway through, okay? So with our B minor chord on, we're just going to do the first half of the pattern. So we've got down, up, then you would go ahead and switch to your next chord, which is E minor, and finish out the pattern. Down, down, up. Then you go to your next chord, which is A7, just do the beginning. Down, up, and then go to D and finish it out. Down, up, down, up. All right? It makes a lot more sense when we string it all together, so let me go ahead and do that exact same thing for you, but let's not stop between the chords this time. So without stopping, it'll sound like this. We've got B minor, E minor, A7, so you can see the actual pattern is not changing at all. What we're doing is we're just going to be changing our chords halfway through, okay? And so again, this is going to apply for all of the choruses. So if you're familiar with the song, you'll know that the chorus, it changes each of these chord progressions a little bit faster, like twice as fast as the verses. So basically, to summarize this whole little section, if you want to play this strumming pattern for the verse, you would play through the entire pattern one time through for each chord. And if you want to play this strumming pattern for the choruses, you would do that little split with the line in the middle and switch chords between each little half, okay? So that's really confusing, but let's go ahead and move on. I hope that you got it. If you have any questions, make sure to just leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer those. But let's go ahead and move on. So one other thing I did want to show you guys is doing a palm mute. So this is something that I like to do a lot in a lot of my tutorials, just because I feel like being able to apply a palm mute to a pattern can really just make it sound completely different when you're actually playing the exact same rhythm and the exact same pattern. So what I like to do with my covers is I will palm mute the verses. So again, this pattern is not changing at all. What I'm doing now is I'm just going to add a palm mute. So what I'm doing there is I'm just laying the side of my hand with the pick in it. I'm just really gently laying that on my strings between the sound hole and the bridge. And then whenever I play a down strum, you can hear that it's not like ringing like normal, right? It's just kind of muted. And so what we're gonna do is just kind of rest your hand there and then do this exact same pattern. So we've got B minor, E minor, A7, D. All right, So again, the pattern's exactly the same, the rhythm's exactly the same. All we're doing is adding that palm mute, and I like to do that in my verses. Of course, if palm muting is something that you find hard, no worries, you can just ring the whole song. Like, you don't have to do palm mutes for any of the song, but that's just something that I like to do and that I will be doing in my cover. So if it's something that you want to incorporate into your cover as well, please feel free to do that. All right, so that does conclude basically everything I wanted to tell you about how to use strumming pattern 2. Like I said, there's a lot of different things you can do to it to kind of dress it up and like make it a little bit different throughout the song. But the key to this song is, like I said earlier, it's very quick. So the tempo that we're going now is fine for practice, but what you want to do is you want to slowly speed it up until you can play it at tempo. So let me just go ahead and show you what this would sound like at tempo. I'm going to go play the pre-chorus into the chorus. That way you can hear both strumming patterns and stuff. And again, this is going to probably take a lot of practice if you're a beginner, so just make sure to go at your own speed until you can keep up with this speed. But this is the speed that I will be going here at the end, okay? So with my B minor chord on, we've got down, up, down, up, down, down, up. As you can see, the tempo version is a lot quicker than what we've been practicing it at, but like I said, no worries, just pause the video, practice at your own speed until you feel comfortable slowly speeding it up until you can get it at tempo. So let's go ahead and put everything we've learned together, which includes those chords, the different strumming patterns. If you want to do the palm mute, then you can do the palm mute, that kind of stuff. Let's put all of that together so we can play through the whole song. Again, I will have the lyrics and chords and everything you need to know on screen in front of you. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this playthrough. Through the city with a little funky soul, light it up like dynamite, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like dynamite, da-da-da-da. This is Dynamite by BTS. Good luck. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of Rome. Ding dong, call me on the phone, iced tea and a game of ping pong. This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass boom? I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat you chain like money. Disco overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm diamond, you know I glow up. So let's go. Alright, so that was my tutorial for how to play Dynamite by BTS. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below, as well as to subscribe to my channel. That way you never miss out on another new tutorial. Here are my social media sites in case you'd like to follow me on any of those. That's just where I do fun things like behind the scenes looks at things coming up. I'll poll you guys on things you want to see. And I also have a monthly lesson giveaway going on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me on there if you're interested in participating. One last little plug, if you liked the shirt I was wearing in today's tutorial, this is my brand new Guitar Babe shirt, and you can find this along with a lot of other different designs in my merch store linked down below, as well as under this video. Every purchase there really helps my channel to grow and allows me to continue making these free tutorials for you guys. So thank you so much to anyone who's ever supported me in that way. But I think that does conclude this video, so thanks again so much for watching. Again, I really hope that it helped you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!